What is happening, YouTube? It's your homie S. Dot coming back to you with another video. And it's been a hot minute since I've been around, but I am still around doing a lot of the Vector Sigma tournaments, and I'll be talking more about that in another video. But right now, we're going to get into the special event we had back on October 24th for shout out to Cam. I don't know how to say his last name, but Mr. Cam of the Arbitrary Hero for his Extralife event. We had about how many players? I want to say
22.
It's about 22
players.
If you guys are wondering whose voice that is Mr. Christian Young. First of all, we got to definitely introduce Christian Young to the channel, part of the BVO, Blues versus Orange. How you doing, Christian?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. I'm doing very fantastic.
Dope, cool. So if you guys don't remember or realize Christian Young's name at this point, 2020 has been his year so far. He has been dominating the tournament scene, doing very well. You don't see most top 8s that he's not in. If you don't see his name in top 8, it's probably because he didn't play. So the man is like doing pretty well in this format and just in general in the game right now. So much props to you, Christian.
Well, thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Kind words, kind words.
Yes, sir. So what we're looking at on the screen right now is actually the finals of the this tournament. Now, it was Swiss rounds, but it did not cut to a top 8. You were pretty much the 5-0 would get first place after Swiss. Me and Christian Christian and I were both 4-0 at this point, both playing some untapped craziness. So as you can see on his first turn, he flipped Bumblebee and he attacked with his Wind Charger, and he's also piloting the Fangry with the Crab Head. And he also is playing a stratagem, which you will see on the screen, a Vector Sigma stratagem called Rally. And that stratagem is actually insane. First thing I'll say is, well, actually, you know what, Christian, we'll have you talk about the stratagem as we're watching this game.
Well, sure thing. So Rally is a stratagem for Legendary Warrior Bumblebee. It costs a star, and it gives Bumblebee +1 attack, +1 health, and +1 defense, so a +1 stat all the way across. And then when Bumblebee is tapped and he takes attack damage, he repairs 3, and then he untaps, and then you flip the stratagem, so you can only use it once.
Right.
But it gives your team a free untap and a free heal 3, which is actually incredibly powerful.
Right. So 11 stars, the 10 from B, and then the 1 from the stratagem. So 11 stars for effectively a potential of 19 health total, and then he has that +1 attack and defense, which is actually insane. So very, very cool. So it's pretty much like having 7 untaps in your deck, including the Start Your Engines and Turbo Boosters.
Yeah, the deck's pretty much designed to go first. If you saw earlier, I did a first. I have the Wind Charger, so I got a nice first turn chunk into Chrome Dome here.
Right.
And then on my second turn, I can flip Bumblebee and let me attack into Chrome Dome again.
Right.
Hopefully getting a kill, which obviously you can see I sure missed completely.
Thank goodness for Crab.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
+2, baby. So good.
Yeah, but what you actually did is you effectively turn off my swap heads. Now, we'll talk about my deck here for a second. Of course, we have Night Racer. We have Chrome Dome, who starts with the Crab Head, and then Fangry, who starts with the Clobber Head. And the main strength of my deck is to swing with the Fangry, with the Clobber Head, and then on the next turn, flip while also flipping Chrome Dome on the first turn, taking an action from your opponent's hand and KOing it. And then on your next turn, you flip Chrome Dome back to his alt mode, and then swap heads, and then you get another valuable attack with the Clobber Head. And then whenever Chrome Dome finally does get KO'd, you get a third attack with the Clobber Head. Now, also, you can see in my hand, I have cards like Turbo Boosters. I also do play Start Your Engines. So if you find even one of those cards, you get an additional attack with that Clobber Head, and you're just really smacking around, throwing out a lot of orange damage. Now, I do also play Master Metallicato in here, so like Chrome Dome gets the full suite of every single orange in the deck. Racer, of course, would get the Pierce from that, and then Fangry, sometimes on defense, it is relevant for me to flip Metallicato that for the blue for his melee. But anyway, yeah, ultimately, that's what my deck's all about, and so clearly, as you can see, like I said, 2 untapped decks, kind of unexpected, for this one, because this was full constructed, and anybody, especially Christian, who I expected to play Quake, could have full well played Quake.
Yeah. I do love me some Quake. I really want to try something new. So what's really interesting about this tournament is it was the second full constructed tournament that was legal for the ATB1 stratagems.
Right.
And I saw a lot more experimentation here than I did, say, at the Invitational.
Right.
Where
Which was a good move.
A lot more interesting decks.
Right.
Sure.
Definitely. So we kind of have to backtrack here a little bit because I'm not really good at editing yet, and I don't know how to like pause the video and talk about it and then keep playing it. I guess I probably could have just Don't mind me, guys. But anyway, as you can see on my first turn, or was it my second? Yeah, my first turn, I flipped Chrome Dome. I forgot. I stole a fight for position from him. And as you can see, his wind charger is no longer on the table. I had a Fangry attack from my first turn with a grenade launcher. He was 8 bolt 3 going into that wind charger. And the reason why I went so hard into the wind charger, because I didn't want him to be able to flip it to draw a card or turbo booster or start your engine that card. Normally against card decks, you really want to try to kill that card, because if you don't, they're probably looking at an untap, and when they do find one, it's definitely one of their strengths to be able to do so.
Yeah, definitely. The fact that you killed my wind charger so early made the rest of my untaps feel incredibly awkward, especially start your engines.
Right.
Because it really came out at a good point.
Exactly. And especially because B untaps on his own, it's like the untap's kind of just dead, and it's not as valuable, since Fangry obviously can't do anything with those cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. All right, so we're at a point here where we saw a couple turns ago where you left my Chrome Dome at 2. I think I got a sizable attack. Okay. I thought it froze for a second. It scared me. I'm like, oh no.
Just you thinking. You thinking.
So I did hit the B for 10, or put 10 damage on it, but as you can see, it's at 7 because of the rally stratagem, and that's exactly what we were talking about. So effectively, you always take whatever damage minus 3, and you heal that damage and untap. So he's only at 7 still, and he still has a 16 health total, with the rally stratagem giving him 1 health. I do find an untap here and get another decent attack out of the Chrome Dome. Chrome Dome is still actually pretty stacked here. He has 8 attack, 0 defense, no, 1 defense rather in this mode. Finding that untap was actually very valuable, and I think I found 2 untap. No, just the 1 untap this game. But I was able to use it because his B, unfortunately for me, did not kill my Chrome Dome, so I was able to get value out of it. Now at this point, I can let Chrome Dome be sacrificed and die with no problem. Looking back at it here, I don't remember I guess we're gonna find out obviously, but kind of puts you in a, well, I guess I'd say that, whoa, really? Okay.
You did that there for a second there.
I'm always doing that. Oh, there I am on Discord, Jesus Christ. We're not gonna fix that this time though, we're just gonna let it ride, because we're already doing really
Absolutely.
well. All right, so we got a Nova's Blaster on B. Keep in mind that B is at 8 attack now, not 6, or excuse me, not 7 rather, because of the, and I did it again. What is up with me and clicky? I'm a clicky guy today. Okay.
All 10s.
So B is definitely going to murder my Chrome Dome here, and then I have a measly little Crab attack. But as you can see, my hand is full of valuable upgrades right now, but unfortunately I can only play 1 of those. So looks like I do have a wedge formation, and I'm going to trade a card on my hand, and what this really does is just allow my Fangry to put, nah, my Fangry probably wouldn't live, who am I kidding? Because your Fangry has Bolt 2 too. But
yeah, it would be good against here, yeah. Yeah,
it just allows me to play action and upgrade. Not that I have to, but I don't think I really need the Hollow Matter, and I'm not. His deck is not. I didn't anticipate his deck to be full of direct damage. I mean, Bumblebee's alt mode effect kind of is direct damage. Being able to attack an untapped bot, if you do KO that bot, that's pretty much your direct damage. Think of cards like Supporting Fire, which is just another iteration of what B does. You know, B is the original. So, absolutely.
Yeah, what I really found interesting about playing this list in the whole tournament, this is a completely experimental list,
right.
And I thought the rally stratagem was really good, but I hadn't really seen anyone play it yet. And what I thought was really interesting about this list, and I'm not sure if it shows here in this game, but I think the secret power here in the rally stratagem is allowing not so much being able to KO a big character outside of combat, but it's getting rid of the heads, like being able to get rid of like a Kreb or a Grax outside of combat from the B attack, and essentially skipping like your follow-up turn.
Right.
I think it's so valuable this whole tournament. It was actually really incredible.
Yeah. Something that I'm doing right now, guys, if you guys are noticing the grenade launcher is glowing, that means I didn't let off of it yet. So Christian doesn't know that I have. Oh, I'm checking the scrap out. Christian doesn't know that I have grenade launcher when the card is glowing like that. I didn't click off of it yet. Sometimes for me, and I'm sure other players, you literally need a visual. For whatever reason, you can't just see it as is. You might have to literally put that's why sometimes you'll see somebody put an upgrade on the character, and then immediately after they'll assess literally everything that's about to happen, and like, no, wait, I don't want to play that card, let me play this card. So a lot of times I let my opponent take an upgrade playback, even though I'm really strict about things like that, especially even on my own accord. Like if I mess up, I usually don't even bother asking my opponent to take most things back. But yeah, little things like that is like literally just seeing the grenade launcher on the field. It's weird. Maybe I'm just slow and, just is what it is.
No. No, I pretty much did the exact same thing. I'll lay like my card face down here. So you walked into my hold the line, sir.
Yeah, so what was your philosophy with that? Because I guess the philosophy is kind of simple. The 8, you taking 5 rather than whatever I was going to deal to you was a lot more valuable, and Kreb probably is not going to do a ton of damage to you anyway. So I'm assuming that's why you did it.
Yeah, well, with the B stratagem, I'm base 2 defense here, and I do have a fair amount of blues in the deck, so I figured you'd probably hit me for like 1 or 2 damage with the Kreb. Good point. You probably swing for 10 is going to be way more with that Night Racer that I wanted to deal with.
Yeah, so I was sitting there thinking, because I think I saw you get the hold the line, I want to say, or I figured it had to be hold the line. I feel like you got it, and maybe that's why, because I didn't put the grenade launcher on the Kreb, because I'm like, that still feels really bad, and I'm really only going to deal 1, and then the Racer attack's not going to be that well off. So honestly, I think no matter what I did there, I was in a rough spot and wasn't going to be able to deal maximum damage. But at least I got the 5, so I think putting in the grenade launcher on the Night Racer was the best choice for that situation.
Yeah, I think so. And your hand is just stacked full of upgrades at this point. I don't think you were really hurting to lose the grenade launcher.
Right.
So I was curious, why did you attack my Fangor with Kreb instead of Bumblebee again? What was the reasoning for that?
Because it was probably just a bad move, and I probably just did it and learned a really valuable lesson in the future that I should never do that again.
So there we go.
I'm just being honest. I don't. Do you think I should have attacked your B? Like, I don't. Like, to be honest with you. So. Honestly, I have a better answer. I take that back. I have a better answer for you. This is why I play blue decks.
Oh, because you. Oh, sure. Makes sense. And you want to get rid of those supporting characters so quickly.
Yep. To be honest with you, I don't even know if that was really the right attack or not. So why do you think I probably should attack B there?
I think B kind of acts as a really weird pseudo centerpiece character for the deck, because in his bot mode, when he's left alone, he gets a massive stat buff to his attack and defense. And with the rally stratagem, he already gets the 1 across the board. And then if he's the only character, he gets +2 attack and +2 defense. Yeah. And this is the wild part about it. If he's alone, he becomes an 8-16-4.
That's ridiculous.
On his own.
Well, it's ridiculous. In hindsight, I think at the time, I'm not that much of a dunce. I think now that I look at it now, he only has 5 health left. So I figured with the firepower I had in my hand between the Erratic Lightning and the Power Punch, I wasn't going to need much more to push that last 5 out. If I do get a chance, like if you were to tap him, if you were to flip him to like go steal my Kreb attack or whatever, which I don't think you would do, but like if you were to, I think that I would have, just clapped B whenever you did tap him. I don't think B was going to untap again. So maybe that's probably why I did it like that.
That makes sense. That makes sense for sure.
Only because he had so little health left. If he had like half his health or something like that, then I probably would have still swung into him.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the board state, you're sitting really well.
Yeah.
Definitely. Especially, I didn't realize that you drew that Camion Crash, which matters quite a bit.
I mean, bro, you talk about sniping a Kreb. I was like peeking at the Kreb, like, I see you, Kreb. It's me and you, Kreb. In a few turns here, Kreb.
Just so bittering. And then I knew you said the hold line. This is just I apologize ahead in advance for the viewers when it comes to my follow-up turn, because I'm going to be sitting here thinking for way too long for a very inevitable game. It was pretty bad. Like, I'm like calculating like 4 turns ahead that I don't have, that I don't even have.
That you don't even actually have.
Yeah, I had nothing there. So you'll see. You'll see pretty quickly here.
So swinging for a good bit finger is going to be done here. And then he's in a position where if he swings with the B and tries to steal again, I don't think stealing the Kreb attack, I think that's just not a lot of solid value there to even do that. So I put him in a weird position with me having to hold the line set. So it's kind of payback for him doing that to me earlier with the Racer and Kreb swing.
Yeah, I actually think getting rid of the Kreb swing here isn't too bad if you can't guarantee the Night Racer kill, because as an orange deck you're going to be doing a fair amount of damage with that Kreb in reality anyway. Right. And I'm willing to bet I did not have the firepower in my hand to one-shot that Night Racer. Okay. Yeah. Which if I did, then maybe that would have been different. But even then, I couldn't have anyway because you have hold the line. Right. I think that was the main issue because I'm 10 and you're 11. So. Very true. Yeah. And here's the incredibly long turn. It's just going to be. I would not be surprised if you clicked on Discord right now in a few minutes here, because this is how long my turn is. Okay. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. Like, man, can I win?
Well,
maybe
guys,
I can win.
I'm going to be totally transparent here. I wish I could click off the screen right now and like go fast forward it, but I'm scared. Yep. Okay. Cool.
I played an ultimate bashing shield for value here.
Hey, that's 3 defense in bot mode.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. You really think about that as a lot. Yeah. What is this card right here set? What is that? Is this you had a secret action?
Okay. No, that's the rally stratagem. I think you're
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you had the pack for the rally.
I did not. I knew it. I knew what they all did, and I was just gonna click on our special page to find it. If I needed to.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that's all that is. I was wondering that too earlier. It's like, did I just play a random secret action?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that
Christian, you cheater. What's up, man?
That's nothing new. That's nothing new. Where do you think all those top 8 spots came from? It's from belligerent cheating.
Oh.
Here we go. There's that crib attack for ultimate value.
And look at that defense too. That's what's even funnier. Like I had a 2 defense on my clock. Well, I had 0 defense, so I would have had 1 defense because I lost a defense minus from the erratic. So.
Yeah.
So looking into the future here, if you guys look at my hand, and I just drew a good but probably unnecessary card, but the Camion Crash being able to steal the crab attack just kind of put me so far ahead in this sense that there's no one card that deals 4 damage to my characters for him to kill one outside of battle and then kill the other one in battle. So and even then my Night Racer actually could have potentially lived through another. Well, no, I lied. You're like 8 attack now, so.
Yeah, I would be 8 attack at this point.
Yeah.
I'd be really curious if I stayed in the other mode, if that would have changed anything, because I would have been base 5, and I flipped the blue. I would have been 6 defense.
You know what? Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was wondering. I was like, wait, do we count that? But I guess you don't count it because you're not in that mode. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in that mode. I was still base 4. Not bad.
Yeah.
But wasn't enough. On to game 2.
Right.
So I actually think here, I think I made a mistake. Looking back, I feel like I should have actually swapped out a lot of my untaps, like the starter and the turbo boosters, because I figure you're gonna. I think I go first here, which is probably why I kept them in. But really, I probably shouldn't have, knowing that this Wind Charger is not going to survive one attack against Clobber.
Yeah.
And it just makes the rest of my untaps really awkward because Fangry is not a car, sadly.
Yeah. He what was I gonna say? What, do you think I was going to side and lose the initiative? Or just in general because of what you just said?
Just in general. Like, once it's just B, the untaps become incredibly awkward. Like, even in the main deck, I'm not even sure if, like, 3 starter engines and 2 turbo boosters, which I was running, is actually correct.
Right.
Like, that's how awkward it feels.
I got you.
Like, the starter engines early feels great, but,
Well, I tell you what, guys. Lose the initiative. Well, I guess it still is a good card. You just really have to set it at the correct time and like put your opponent in a position where, man, if I don't untap, I might be screwed. But if
let me tell you, I got hit by a main board lose the initiative during this tournament, and it felt really bad.
Wow. What I was gonna say, what I mean ultimately is the thing is, it's like in an orange deck when they set a secret action, they don't set secret action that often. So when they do, it's like it's lose the initiative. But I guess the other question is like, well, dang, if I don't untap here, like I just get demolished, and it's like, do I just play it and hope they don't have lose the initiative, even though I know it is? What I'm saying is, I think ultimately, I feel like it's not even that good in orange decks because, like I said, when you set it, it's that. And if you can sacrifice not untapping that turn, then you just don't, and then the lose the initiative goes away. You know what I mean? So that might be a thing. I don't know.
See, against Rally, it's actually incredible because you can time it, kind of like reflect damage with
on
Sky
him.
Shadow.
Yes, on B specifically because you can force it and he has to untap because it's not mandatory. Yep.
Yeah, that sucked. It was against ASP. Gave him an extra ASP attack and everything.
Oh, that's exactly what he did. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So he actually could have afforded to run him, but looks like I crashed Wind Charger into Chrome Dome for kind of not a great attack, honestly. Just 5. I expected way more.
It's good seeing the fact when I swap, I only have 8 health left. So.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't remember. Do you actually do the swap heads in this time?
Because I may not. I don't know. I mean. Well, see, after looking at your hand, I don't want to do anything because your hand is like broken. So
I had a pretty good opening hand. I was pretty hyped about that turbo boosters. Like maybe I can actually get my Wind Charger to live an attack.
Well, I'm hoping in hindsight. I mean, the only move I literally have here is to play the fight for position. Am I thinking about swapping heads here? I feel like I swap heads right here. Yeah, you know what? Well, we're gonna see here in a second. But I do swap heads. I don't know if you remember, but.
It's been a little while.
So what happened was, what happened was, I was like, see what happened was. What happened was, I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, he's just gonna flip B and like murder my Chrome Dome, like because he's untapped.
Yeah.
So I think I swapped here because I have the turbo booster, and I wanted to be able to get a swing in with him, and then you not kill him, and then flip back, untap him. Oh, okay. Well, no, this is actually kind of weird, though.
That's a pretty good play at that point. Oh, but you don't because you don't have the space for the turbo boosters next turn.
Right, exactly. So that's why you could see me like kind of fidgeting and putting cards back because it was like, man, I'm in a rough spot. So I was honestly hoping to KO Wind Charger here, and I don't think no, I do. Never mind.
You're gonna kill him. I do remember vividly, Wind Charger did not survive the first two games. It was pretty easy. Like, oh yeah, he's not gonna live.
Yeah, I was in a rough spot no matter what too, because it's like you like hit me high and low. I feel like we were in a boxing match, and like if I blocked high, you hit me low. If I blocked low, you smack me in my face. Because you have Fangry here that has innate bowl 2 now, because well, he had it all the time, but he had the innate bowl 2, and you could just save the Bumblebee. You didn't actually even have to swing with him. So I was like kind of screwed no matter what. I don't know if what I did was the best play. Maybe I don't know. It kind of. I have to go back and analyze it again if what I did was correct. But I just really wanted to. I think maybe like one of the weaknesses of this deck is, which kind of sucks, like right out the gate, is against an aggressive deck going second. Because depending on how they attack, who they attack with, how much they attack for, it really kind of messes up my swapping heads and what I kind of want to do. So there's a lot of variables. It depends on X type thing. But you know.
Well, I think this was the right call because I think looking at this matchup, I think your Fangry at 7 stars is incredibly valuable and keeping him healthier to kind of go against that B.
Right.
Later on, I think it was a good call. Just looking at it at first glance here.
Part of me feels like when I really think about it, though, I think problem number 1, I didn't trust my deck like anytime I ever attacked with. Even though I had the Clobberhead, like that's how much I don't like playing aggressive decks. Like even when I play aggro decks, I wish I was playing blue, but I play aggro. But I do like this deck a lot. I always say that, but I do like this deck a lot.
That's actually.
But when I look at it, Kami, I'm definitely dead, probably.
I'm on. Do I go in with Fangry here? No, I have to go. I must go in with Bumblebee.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I want that untap.
Yeah, exactly. The free untap, exactly. It's so good.
It's so good, yeah. It just kind of brings to like, because it's kind of weird because it's only a 1 Titan deck,
right? So
you kind of feel at a disadvantage against especially a lineup like this,
right?
But that free heal 3 and untap really puts in a ton of work. It leverages the matchup so much.
Yeah. You know what? I think I have the solution. I think in hindsight, when I look back at it, I think I should have just flipped Chrome Dome, kept the Krebs hand on that turn, and play the fight for position and get 4 Bull 5 into your Wind Charger. If we look at the math, I think I still would have killed you. I think if I hit like 9 double, if I'm flipping,
you hit like 2 double oranges right away.
Yeah,
I think probably would have died.
I think I would have still got him, and I think I should have prioritized just attacking with Racer and then untapping her instead of just trying to get multiple valuable attacks with the Clobberhead and Chrome Dome.
Yeah, for sure.
I think my Chrome Dome still would have been alive, and I would have been in a better position. When I look back at it, I think that was a better play.
Yeah, because now you have this awkward hand here where you can turbo boost as the Night Racer, but you have no energy pack target.
Right,
now.
Exactly. And that energy pack, like the turbo booster would have been prioritized for Racer, and then the energy pack would have still been on and he would have been at 17, sitting kind of pretty.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of going in with Clobber here. What's unfortunate, what feels so bad about this too, is even when you get a big orange attack against a fully undamaged B, it doesn't feel that good because it's like, look, you took 9, but you took only 6, and you untap. Rally's insane.
No, I took 6. I only took 3.
Oh, my bad. I thought you just put the 6 as if you healed the 3 already. But yeah, so that's even better. That's ridiculous. Rally is low key probably one of the best stratagems out of the ATP strats.
It's funny, not a lot of people jumped on it right away.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's kind of an awkward star cost because it makes your B11, so you can't really run Cliff Jumper very well, which I think is a lot of go-tos, but I think that's fine.
I think people probably had an issue with partners for it too, because I mean, like you could probably go what, Cliff Jumper and Prowl, right? But then you just have no Titans. But
yeah, well, I don't even think it's a matter of Titans. You just don't really have like a good like aggressive play at that point. Like I think the Wind Charger is such a great like partner here, especially going first.
Absolutely.
Because you can get that double attack into someone. And the Fangry actually is, I hate saying this because we see a ton of 7-star Fangry in all lineups, but I mean he really does fit here very well.
Yeah, it's hard not to play him. Like, it's hard to go look at another 7-drop when you got a guy that has 13 health, and then like you can give you another turn when he dies to pop off another head. So
here we go. I slapped a grenade launcher on this B and flipped him to alt mode, and I'm going in for that Night Racer here, trying to steal an attack.
I did flip a blue. Do I live? What's that? You have 5, 9, 12. I think I live by like 1 or 2. Okay.
Yep.
So I am in Kamian Crash range. That's something to note.
Yeah.
I made my untap way weaker too, though. When I sit back and look at it, I don't know why I didn't swing with Night Racer. There's a couple mistakes I made here. Like, I definitely should have probably swung in with the Racer and just valued the Clobber to be a smacker. And yeah, that was. I don't think I should have did that. I don't know. Because now
I'd imagine you did that because the Clobber swing would have at least put more damage on the B, because the rally was going to heal 3 anyway. And I mean, I think if you swung with the Erratic Lightning on the Night Racer, I think I would have been full health here after the heal 3 and untap, honestly.
Yeah, I guess. But now when I look at it, I mean, I guess I'm just trying to get efficiency out of all my cards after my energy pack does nothing. So like now the Turbo Booster, the best it can do is just give her a +1 now, plus the Heat of Battle, which doesn't look good. So my best play at first glance looks like Grenade Launcher, Heat of Battle, and I don't know.
Yeah, you got an awkward hand here, to say the least.
Yeah, I think that first turn, like I said, I think not doing the fight position with the Fangry, the Clobber was a mistake. But things happen. It's all good. Looking back at these games, this really helps, for the future. So
yeah, it does. This is one of the. I have a couple of my webcam games on YouTube, and I really enjoyed looking back on those. This is an interesting one.
So I put the Heat. That's another bad play. When I look back at this, I think Fangry should have went in. I think that was a mistake. Maybe I was thinking, hopefully you won't attack my Racer so I can untap her. But even then, flipping her back and untapping her, she's only a 4 and she's not threatening, so it's not that good. Yeah. And this Heat, speaking of not that good, this Heat of Battle was trash. I don't know what I was thinking when I put Heat of Battle in the deck. I think it either should have been head-on collision, or because head-on collision, like those turns where I flip Clobber back, when I flip Chrome Dome back, he'll be a 7 bowl 3 now. You know what I mean? Like when I flip him back to alt mode. So it definitely should have been head-ons, but it's all good.
Yeah. Well, there goes the Kamian crashing. Bye-bye, Night Racer.
That feels like a little payback from last match. The game 1 rather.
Yeah, and it's funny because I had the untap in hand, so I was able to untap B again for a second time.
That's powerful. And as you can see here, it's really just a number, and most of the time it's always a numbers game. But I mean, a Fangry that's definitely not going to die to my Fangry attack, and then him still having B to come like clap my finger, it's just not looking good for me. So
when your best weapon's an enforcement batons with no target, that's a bad start.
Feels bad, man. Even if I could kill the Fangry and like block just the fact that the like B gets a tee off for me a couple times, I look at that. I didn't even bother playing anything. It's just like just attack.
Makes sense.
I think I eventually don't I scoop. Like I don't even know why I still bother playing. I'm a hypocrite because normally I say this is where players should scoop, but I'm still playing for whatever reason, thinking I could win.
I mean, you had the full health Fangry.
Yeah, but I think I should have scooped. I mean, it's not like we were timed, so maybe that's why I just kind of played it out. That's the same thing I did in the finals of Orlando. Like we kind of played a little slower because there was no time limit. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think you scoop here. Yeah, I think I one-shot you.
I'm so quick with it. Do the shuffle feature. Yeah, it's over. You got me.
Here we go. To the game 3. Yeah, I was actually really excited how close these games are. Because I actually, going into this, I did not predict this deck to do very well. Okay.
That's a good feeling when you just about go to the finals, and that's pretty strong. Sheesh.
Yeah. I was just really surprised by the performance of this deck. I did 0 testing with this deck. I built it the night before. Right. But I knew that like Rally had to be pretty dang good. Right. Just by looking at the card text, and I've been pretty pleased with it. Good. It's
Well, everybody ignore my side decking because like I don't know why I'm taking out a Start Your Engine. It's very like I remember hearing you talk about it a while ago, and honestly, besides it looks good on paper, something that I do a lot. When I'm being one of my weaknesses as a duelist, I have a big problem with side decking. I always have, and I probably always will, unfortunately. It has gotten a little easier. There's some cards that are more obvious than others to side out, but sometimes like I have this big side deck plan. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna side 2 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, and then I go to side and it's like, damn, what am I taking out? It's actually kind of tough because you construct your main deck so tightly knit. It's so hard to want a side deck, but as you can see, I am gonna most likely, I'm going first here. Those 2 top cards to the right, Supporting Fire. That is my new favorite card right now. Like, especially going first in my deck is like overly insane because you get an attack with Fangry, bold 3 to 5, and on the character you want to Supporting Fire the next turn. So then like you flip, first of all, you flip Chrome Dome to see what your opponent is working with. Then you attack with the Fangry into the guy that you want to Supporting Fire the next turn. And then you flip Chrome Dome back to alt mode, or you can actually flip Fangry to alt mode, body mode rather, so you can have one extra attack with the Chrome Dome, trigger swap heads to give him the Clobber Head, and then Supporting Fire, play a weapon if you have it, go in again. And if you can knock out that character, like just like kind of with the B deck, the game could be potentially over. So.
You see, you saying all that really actually kind of puts an interesting like perspective for me on this specific list. Like, I think what I really like about this list is it is very reminiscent of Wave 2 Sentinels, where it's this very aggressive deck that swings for big numbers pretty much every single turn, at least like 9 to 10 base. Right. And you, on your first turn, you get a information, and you rip an action out of the hand, just like Mirage does. Exactly. I think that's a lot of the reason why I gravitate towards this deck. So despite me not liking aggro decks, I think I gravitated towards Sentinels. I gravitated towards this because of those reasons like that. It was like an aggro control aspect and keyword control. So yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I almost think security checkpoints would have been a really good card in your sideboard there, just to have. I tried it, but like every time I had it, I never had a good window to play it. So take note of this. Take note of the supercharge he rips out of my hand here, because it does become relevant. Yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, add insult to injury while we're going backwards. This man flips a blue. Like, did this make things worse for me? Like, I was so surprised to see Windcharger live. I did not. I expected to go into this as a 2-tall. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, one weakness about my deck too here, not necessarily a weakness. 4 Bold 3 is just a step above Ironhide, right? Single Ironhide. But if I'm going against a tall blue deck or whatever, anybody that has 11 stars or more definitely ruined with Fangry. But this attack right here is insane. Yeah.
It was pretty good. I flipped all 3 of my double oranges and ripped the supercharged top deck again.
Look at my cursor. You see my cursor went over to your flips? Like, what the? I know that's not what I do.
I remember I swung for 16 on the live stream. Dan and Cameron were going insane over that flip. I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good already.
In my head, I'm like, is this a glitch? Is that 3 double oranges? Seriously? Jesus.
And it's funny. So in this tournament, Piece of Journey is banned. And pretty much, I think all the tournaments now. For the Alpha China protocols, which I mean, I'm okay with. Right. So that was all my double oranges. I mean, like, I just completely luck sacked.
You know what? I don't think I even noted that. I think I was so damaged from the fact you just killed my Fangry. That was so uncalled for. I was not expecting that. I was like, bro. I think, but you're right. You did flip them all, so it's gonna be a while before you get like ridiculous attacks again. I mean, you still like have some strong attacks, but not like the overly insane ones that you normally get throughout the course of the game. But that was.
Yeah. It shows later on in the game that is the case. Right. Yeah.
Hey, well, you're still 1 for 2 on that though, because I killed your Windcharger twice in the first turn, and you only got my Fangry once. So.
Yeah, it's just fair. we both put a one shot at a character during second. It's just how it happened.
Good old aggro decks of today, 2020. Good old aggro.
That is kind of the bonus of Windcharger. If you don't get to go first and crack into the main guy, you do have an action or an upgrade to play to really, really blast someone here. Right. Yeah, then real nice treasure hunt with the Enforcement Batons and Bashing Shield.
Yeah, it's decent. I'd rather wanted to be a stronger one, but I mean, I got your, weapons and armors covered for a while that you don't even have. So, like, when you do get them, if you get an Energon Axe or a Noble's Blaster that sticks, I can just pop it off. So, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a very utilitarian kind of treasure hunt, I like to think.
Absolutely. So I really don't value my Clobber here. When I look back at it, I feel like Clobber shouldn't have went in. If I would have attacked with Race, I would have hit you for 11 and you would have still died. I don't know. I don't think Clobber should have attacked there.
I don't agree with that one. No.
Man, I see, guys. I always misplay. Like, don't. Oh my god.
I mean, we all misplay all the time, right?
No,
I mean,
do you? I don't know, man. I look back at my plays and I'm like, God, that's a dumbass play. Like a lot.
I mean, like if you saw my hand, if this is my hand that you were seeing the whole time, I bet you we would be talking about all the misplays I was making.
Oh man,
so just to give you some credit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good top deck. And that's another thing that's so good about B. You don't care about the -1 defense right here because like you're gonna gain 3 health back. Again, 11 star. We all thought let's say Octone and like Lord Megatron like 13 or no, Megatron's 12 stars for 17 health. 11 stars for 19 effective health. There are some ways to play around it. You can attack and deal 1 damage to it and then force them to, because like I said, it's mandatory, so they have to untap and heal 3. But if you only deal 1 to them, well, they'll untap and heal 1. Now the untap's still very powerful, but at least they won't be 19 effective health for 11 stars.
So speaking of misplays, I think this is a big misplay for me here in game 3. I don't know why I valued killing your Night Racers so quickly over just trying to get a big swing into Chrome Dome here. I really tried to one-shot this Night Racer. And crash with the Erratic Lightning and the untap. Didn't get there.
And even if that Start Your Engines was another orange, you still leave me at 1. But yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I did that because in reality I should have just went into Chrome Dome because he's obviously the bigger threat.
Right. I think another thing that's interesting about this B deck is what Fangry deck have you ever seen where he's still untapped? Like, what kind of crap is this? Seriously?
I know. Like, he's sometimes the 3rd character to attack. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Like, he's actually not even swinging yet. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he kind of turns into like the pseudo second boss character in the lineup because like there's something really disturbing when you're in late game and you see your opponent's Fangry still have 13 health left on him, and that is a big thing to choose.
So I snipe a precision fire at your hand, and I think because you opened with 3 actions, that's the only reason why I was able to do that. Otherwise, you'd have been able to play around it by getting some upgrades and kind of just playing around the Chrome Dome for a while.
Yeah, I'm in top deck mode now here. Yeah. I got 0 cards in hand, so it's a little uphill in terms of card advantage. I mean, considering you're sitting at a nice 6 cards right there.
Yeah, I know, right? No untaps here, though, so the reason why I'm thinking for a while is because I wish I could just send in Chrome Dome now and just easily untap it next turn. So now I have a decision on my hand. Should I really send in Chrome Dome when B is going to untap and then be able to smack Chrome Dome back and Fangry? And if I never get to untap again, I'm just going to just lose out on Chrome Dome. So I probably, it looks like I'm... Well, I won't say looks like. Looking at it now, I'm thinking I'm going to sacrifice Night Racer here, but she's going to go out with a bang with this Master Metallicado. But this is the second funniest flip of the game you guys are about to see. I remember this like yesterday.
I wonder if it's the same flip I'm thinking of.
Oh no, never mind. That's not it. That's not the one.
Well, different flip.
Was it this game or was it another game? Maybe that was another game. I think it was against Kai or something. No, yeah, that attack was fine, but I had one attack with Metallicado. Okay, that was a different round. But guys, I had one attack with Metallicado where I flipped 2 oranges and then 3 Start Your Engines. Bruh, like really?
It had to have been with Clobber. Clobber has some really weird swings. I don't know what it is about him.
It was so unfortunate. Well, I know I played a Metallicado, but like the return I got on the plus was just lame. So Fangry gets an easy kill here on my racer, unfortunately. And honestly, I'm not feeling that good about this right now. I think like if I had any type of confidence, is the fact that you have damage on your guys at least, and like my guys have no damage. Although Clobber just literally dies to whatever, so that's just unfortunate. But
yeah, well, the nice thing about Clobber, for at least for you, Clobber still being there, is I have to respect that Clobber, or else I'm going to be in for a really bad time.
Yeah. He can hit some high numbers, little guy.
He can, man. He can.
Shout out to King Me in our Eye of the Matrix tournament, all red teams tournament. The other day hit on a cliff jumper for like 16 with a supercharge and a grenade launcher.
So King Me is Clobber King. Seriously, he loves Clobber.
Again, shout out to King Me because this deck idea is from him. Not actually this lineup, but the idea with Swap Heads and Clobber. Those two cards specifically gave me the idea of what I have now from his Bull Switch deck, the deck with Fangry, Horrible, and I forgot what other characters. But yeah, that deck was insane. Yeah. So that's where this entire thing is born because of him, because he cracked the code on this whole series with the Clobber and the Swap Heads, and I'm like, that makes so much sense. That's dope. So I wanted to see if there was a different avenue I could take, and I found this. So this is only birthed because of him. So shout out to King.
Absolutely. It really interesting, like, control variant on the Swap Heads deck, because his was way more built as an aggressive direct damage build with the grab and the horrible. It was interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, so I flip Fangry to alt mode here for that to get that precision
just
fire
get that
for
zap,
one.
Get my zap on my Corby.
What value plays here?
Right.
Only in the finals will you see moves like that.
Yeah, I know, right? Precision moves from a precision player playing precision fire.
Oh man, wow. Look at that. I'll go on a t-shirt. I played this Bashing Shield way too early. I'm still upset that I played this Bashing Shield.
Yeah, I guess there was no reason to, because you could have got like a potential another green off of it, like a Noble's Blaster or something later on. And you probably
it's not even that. Like, I knew you had a Bashing Shield in your hand from when you picked up with the treasure hunts.
Well,
so there was really no reason for me to play this,
right,
for you to bash my bash for zero value. It was really bad.
Yeah. So at this point, speaking of really bad, these two wedge formations don't do anything but stack an improvised shield on top of my deck, which I don't even have. So right now I'm feeling really bad at this point because remember, numbers game is all it's about for the most part. But the only hope I had, because a part of me was honestly really down about this game, and I was like, well, Christian got this one. I don't think I'm going to be able to win because it was 2 characters versus 3. But the fact that I was in range potentially to kill his Fangry gave me a little bit of hope, and I was like, okay, I just got to hope his Kreb doesn't demolish me, and I shouldn't die from a Bumblebee attack. Or from one Bumblebee attack anyway. So I think I stay in this mode just to have 3 defense. There was no reason for me to flip because he had no cards in hand. The wedge formations are literal just blanks right now. So I do flip, and I keep hovering over B. I hope I'm not attacked. I think I attack Flame War. I think I attack Fangry here.
I'm pretty sure you do.
It doesn't make sense any other way. I make some bad plays, but I ain't that bad. Okay.
Yeah, I was really hoping for blue here because I don't live this attack right here.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a stretch too. She had 13, so you had 6 health and 2 defense. So I had to get through like 8 threshold. So I'm glad I got there.
Yeah, you just barely got there, which this is definitely a turning point because I really needed that Fangry.
Yeah, if I didn't kill there, I think I would have lost. Yeah, definitely.
So kind of going back to what I said earlier in the video, where I said I misplayed by not taking out untaps in the sideboard.
Right.
I don't want to spoil it, but this card I drew here was a Turbo Boosters.
Okay.
And then the following card I draw was a Start Your Engines.
Oh Jesus! So do you actually know what other cards you would have added from your side deck that would have been valuable though?
But I probably would have put in the belligerents because I run enough blues, and I saw you run enough blues to where it's like it felt more valuable than the starter engines at this point.
Very true.
I forgot everything I was running in that sideboard. There was kind of some weirder stuff.
And you got the Matrix. Really just seeing that Matrix, like I think you played 3 Matrix, right?
Yeah, I played 3 Matrix.
So that would have been a double orange for the turn you attacked and got some value out of that. So that's true.
Yeah, I think something I've actually added to the main deck, to this rally deck, that I wish I played was Stealthiness, because now you're going to see a problem here, where Bumblebee can get super huge when he's alone, but now because it's basically 1 versus 2, he's not going to give me a chance to get that far.
Yeah, and Stealthiness is obviously, is insane, especially because in this situation I would have to attack Kreb, and then you auto-trigger your Bumblebee's final effect to have that +2/+2, which is just crazy. So...
yeah. I've played it recently. It's actually incredible. It's really, really incredible.
Yeah. Note to self: main deck reprocess. It's like, I'm joking.
Main deck spy satellite uplink.
You know what? I think I'm trying to. I can't because I'm already at 42, which is insane. But not insane, but a thing that I just do. But I was thinking about trying to main deck one, but I can't find space. I'm trying to, but I was thinking about main decking one for the full constructor tournament, specifically if I run into any ASP deck or whatever game one and just have that main deck out.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
I sideboarded into Spy Satellite Uplink against ASP, and it was pretty clutch.
Yeah.
Against us.
Do you think? Okay. Do you think Battlefield Scan has any merit? Like, I don't know if it has any merit. I wonder.
I think it depends on the makeup of your deck. Like, what's more important, your action or your upgrade play? Because I kind of like the option if you have two spots in putting one of each in there.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, just to play one of each. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean the +1 in the utility happening all the time. I think it's just it's gonna be more valuable most of the time.
Right.
But you're gonna come into some weird things where like you want to play two upgrades like a grenade launcher and the spy satellite uplink, and you just can't. So that's where the Battlefield Scan comes in. So really handy. So it's kind of a tough one.
Yeah.
So close. The Chrome Dome just refuses to die. And I know you have the hold the line here. So This is really so bad for me.
Picking up the hold the line on that last set of attacks that you did on me kind of sealed the deal for me. I was like, oh, wow, I think I actually have a chance to take the dub here because I can just blunt the crab attack. And I just need you not to top that grenade launcher and hit like a million oranges and I just die. So, and as you guys noticed, my swap heads going second. Or no, I went first this time, actually. Yeah, I went first. And my swap heads, I didn't even use it this game. But so having that crab on me, having that crab on me, I do wonder how the game would have been if I did swap heads, because like some attacks and like math would have been a little different, flips would have been a little different. But
I think I still would have KO'd the Fangry turn one because I was swinging for 16, and that's still KO the Fangry even with the crab head.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's very true. Good point. So I flip Chrome Dome. We see that turbo booster you were talking about, and we're gonna try to seal the deal here. I don't think I needed to play the Erratic Lightning. I'm already at 7. 7 Bull 2 should be enough to take out your remaining health. Funny I say that. Yeah. Look, I only flipped 2 oranges. I just luckily you didn't flip any blues to make that a sweat. So
yeah, again, I needed to flip a blue there. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is pretty much game right here. Unfortunately, unless I can get no, even a gaming crash won't get it because the reckless charge. There we go.
Right. Yeah, so live by 1. And even then, Kreb with the Erratic Lightning, or even probably without, would just take it out. So you're Kreb. But reckless charge, going out on your own terms.
What's that? Yeah, going on my own terms. Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, great games, Christian. That was a really exciting set between some untaps. We got a breath of fresh air from the Quake deck, so that was pretty cool.
It was. Yep. Yeah, this whole tournament was so much fun. Again, just shout out to Cameron and from Arbitrary Hero being able to set up this 22-person one-day event for charity. I think it was something it was very unique. We actually had a lot of players that have never played the game before actually join the tournament, which I thought was just so cool. So I got to meet a lot of new faces and talk about the game with people who weren't familiar with it. So I just think that was so cool.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of that, so obviously you guys haven't seen a video from me for a while, but keep in mind I am still around for anybody that cares. But I'm deep in the tournament circuit. You guys know I'm a very competitive player, but I still like to have fun and meeting a lot of cool people. We get new people into the Discord. I want to say every week it looks like. So always seeing somebody new and new faces in there. Very friendly group. There are no you know how there's always a bad apple in the bunch. There are literally no bad apples in this bunch. Everybody has their potential annoying tendencies, but we all deal with each other. We're all just all brothers and a couple of sisters in there, man, just doing our thing. And it's a very, like I said, it's a very fun time. If you have still been itching to play any competitive play, consider joining the Patreon for Vector Sigma. I will see if I can get a link for that in the description down below. Otherwise, definitely try to join the Facebook group, the Alpha Trion Protocols, and go from there. And then, like I said, Dan or Scott or Rich, I think Rich or whoever can definitely get you set up with getting into the Discord and get you some tournament play going. Of course, most of these tournaments are going to be webcam based. Be looking out for an announcement from your boy yours truly, for a tournament series going on via Octagon. And speaking of Octagon, shout out to Jason Crutchfield. His tournament's always still going on. He's been slowing them down, which is fine, but we kind of get a break, and we already have plenty of tournaments going on between Eye of the Matrix. Shout out to Tim Teo as well. His tournament circuit's going on as well. There's just a lot to do still. And though we are in the afterlife of the game, it's still very valuable to play. So if you haven't got rid of your cards yet and you've been itching to play, getting into our Discord is definitely a spot to be, because, it's definitely a great spot to have tournaments. We don't just have full-on constructed tournaments and like just a whole bunch of crazy stuff and like, the same decks always top, yada, yada, yada. When it comes to full constructed, what to prepare for, decks like Quake, etc. But keep in mind, Peace to Tyranny is banned. Daring Escape is banned. Bad player experience. We shouldn't have to dedicate so much of a side deck to that one nuisance of a deck. So we have some cool things going on. We're not just super reckless in here. So yeah,
it's true. It's a good group. It's a real fun group, seriously.
It really is, yeah. And then there's Christian Young in there, man. You can't go wrong with Christian Young in there. And I say that, and I don't even know saying that to be a smartass. Like, even when he loses, like, he's just always still like cool. And I am too, to a point, but like he's just like really cool about it, and I respect that. Like, he's just like, he always still says GG even when he loses. I ain't saying GG about nothing. I'm salty. No, I'm joking. But
my wife has to deal with all the salt from when I lose matches. It never shows up on camera. It always goes to my wife.
I'm gonna say it comes out later. I got you.
Absolutely.
No, it's all good. Even when you do lose, though, it's actually not that bad. Like I said, we don't have people like in there talking crap, about whatever. So it's again, to reiterate, it's just a really fun time, and it really is a cool experience. And again, if you still like Transformers, and like I said, you haven't sold your cards, I hope you guys didn't sell your cards. The Afterlife, we're doing what we can in terms of card creation. Set 1 for ATP just came out. Stratagem for the for older characters in Wave 1, and some in Wave 2, I think. Maybe just Wave 1. I don't know.
Just Wave 1.
Just Wave 1. Okay, so so we're slow rolling our cards out, but be prepared for some big bombs to drop when Vector Sigma and all the other affiliates, Richard, Wyatt, and Kai, Jihin, Cam, Christian. Christian's a big help with playtesting and things like that. I do some playtesting myself when I'm not delivering political mail out the ass, but and drawing this out, and I think I'll just leave it at this. Christian, again, I appreciate you being on me. It's the first time we've collabed on this, and we definitely got to do this again. You're very well spoken, and it's always cool to team up with somebody like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I had such a good time. You're a player that I respected throughout the whole game's lifespan here, and even in the afterlife. So it's really exciting for me to be able to come onto your channel and talk about a finals match that we played against each other. So it's a big thing for me. It's a big thing for me, man.
Yeah, man,
so
absolutely. We have some more announcements. We had this one other special series I want to do on my channel within due time. It'll be a couple of weeks before I finally get that rolling, but have some fun stuff coming. My channel's not dead. I just took a kind of hiatus. We all took a big hit after May 29th when they announced that the game was unfortunately finito officially. So that, I'm not gonna lie, not seeing me for 3 months, I apologize for not posting videos. But between work and then COVID and everything, I'm out there on the front lines. I'm a letter carrier, so I'm always out there. Between that, coming home, trying to balance the gym, being a parent, being a boyfriend, being all these things, etc., it's just like don't have any time to really want to come home and make videos. And then also, oh, by the way, the game like officially died, so that punched me in the gut. It took some wind out of me for a while, but I won't be posting videos as often as I used to, but I still will be around posting videos. And like I said, if you don't see me on here, I'm not dead. I'm in the Discord, in the Vector Sigma Discord. I'm also in the Eye of the Matrix Discord. I have my own Discord as well. I can post a link for that down below too. Join that, because I have an announcement about something to do with that coming soon.
Okay, man.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, you guys know what it is. You guys and/or girls have a great day and/or night whenever you're catching this video. This is your homie S. Dot and Christian Young from BVO. Heading out. Peace.
See ya.
Warrior.